Yeah, Gavin, really looking forward to it now. The weather is good. I believe the week is going to be good, so we're looking for a fine day on Sunday and roll on Munster Championship hurling.
In terms of the league campaign, I know I spoke to you after the Tip game and you were delighted with the response to, using 35 players and everyone got game time, and all about the championship now, I suppose, isn't it?
All about the championship now. That's what you'll be judged on at the end of the day, so really important game for us Sunday, and really hoping that we can acquit ourselves well and progress into the next round, into a semi-final of the Munster Championship, and that's what's on offer on Sunday, and we have to do our utmost to make sure we achieve that.
Absolutely, and I suppose it's a long way to go to get to a Munster final, with the 3 games this year. That's the look of the draw, that you're drawn against Clare in the quarter final, but it's really just starting from there, I suppose, really, Liam, isn't it?
It is, yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's a tough championship, the best of times, but really the way it's so condensed again this year, it's going to be all guns blazing and week after week, so hopefully we'll have the wherewithal to get over the line next Sunday, and hopefully we'll have plenty of bodies to call in as we progress in the championship, all going to plan.
In terms of after that Tip game then, Liam, is it kind of tapering things back and focusing more on hurling the last couple of weeks, more so than the kind of heavy running and that?
Yeah, it is. The lads have put in a great block of training there over the last number of weeks, and everything they were doing in lockdown as well has really helped them, and we always aim to finish the league reasonably strong, and I think we did that, with maybe the exception of the Galway game for maybe 30 minutes up there where we seemed to lose our way, but that was good too, and a good learning curve there. Got throughout the league, not just that game in particular, but right through the league. I think we learned a lot about our panel and about the way we're going to set ourselves up over the course, hopefully, of the championship, albeit that we progress again Clare next Sunday.
And that's what it'll probably come down to, Liam, with the games coming thick and fast. That panel strength, I suppose, that's going to be important again this year, isn't it?
That's it. Every manager will say that. I would imagine they'll have to have players there ready and able to go, because it's not going to happen where you're going to get, if you're lucky enough to get all the way to August to an All-Ireland final, that you're not going to be going through players, because, as I said, it's so rapid now that you have to have bodies there to step in when injuries come, and form may dip with fellas as well very quickly, and there's not much time to turn it around, so you'll be very much dependent on the strength and depth of your panel as the championship progresses.
And in terms of injuries and knocks and players available, Liam, what way are you now ahead of Sunday?
Yeah, we have a couple of concerns. Conor Prunty being one, our captain, and it's strange really, it's our captain and vice captain Jamie Barron as well. But we're going to give them every opportunity now. We train tonight, Tuesday, in the lead into the game, so we'll see tonight. They're being well looked after. The people that are working with them are well equipped, and have good trust in them people to get these players right. But and ultimately, I'll be led and said by what our team physio Paddy Julian says, and his support guys with him as well, as to whether or not the boys will be fit for Sunday. But we'll give them every chance, Gavin, as the week progresses.
Yeah, very good. In terms of Jamie, was that just something he picked up maybe over the weekend, Liam, at training, or?
Yeah, it's just something he picked up last Friday night in training, and we were playing good intense hurling, as I said to you earlier. We were working hard on our hurling, and it was fairly intense, and he just gave a little tweak to a muscle in his leg, and that's the way it is. That's what happens. That's unfortunately when fellas are conditioned like that and finely tuned, these things come about, and we just have to get in behind it now and try and get it looked after and get it fixed, and if Jamie's not available for Sunday, hopefully we'll get him back in the field of play as quick as possible.
Yeah, and you've always said, I suppose, I think you highlighted after the Tip game, Liam, that you want, I suppose, the most fit, the most available players to take to the field. You're remaining standing by that, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. That whatever will happen Sunday, there'll have to be no doubts that 15 fit men take the field. That's the way it'll be. Or 15 to 20 players. We're back to 5 subs now for the league, so the 5 players that we put our hand on Sunday to come in will have to be fit as well. So unfortunately, if these guys Conor and Jamie are not fit to start, I wouldn't foresee him featuring at any stage really, if they're not fit enough to start. So.
And in terms of Austin Gleeson, Shane Fives, Liam, who went off the last round of the league against Tip, how are they progressing? Yeah,
they're progressing well. They trained well on Sunday, and we hope to get through a fairly lively training session again tonight. And they're all in a good place. The thankfully, Gavin. So just the two in question really, and hopefully we'll come through the next bit of work we do, and we'll be all ready for Sunday.
Yeah, and in terms of Clare, it was good traditional rivalry there between Waterford and Clare, Liam, going back over the years. I know you bet them quite comfortably, some will say, in the All-Ireland quarter-final last year. It mightn't have seemed like that when you were on the sideline, but you probably are going into Sunday as favourites.
Yeah, though I would think, I would think Clare's recent league form, they've put three really good results together towards the back end of the league, and especially their last result against Kilkenny up in Ennis looked really impressive. And in fairness to the Clare management team, they seem to have got a really good structure to their team and the way they're playing. So last year people would have said as well, that maybe Tony Kelly wasn't as fit as he should have been or would have liked to have been throughout the course of the game, injuring himself in the warm-up and things like that. So albeit there was 6 or 7 points in it last year, that scoreline was probably a little bit flattering as well, considering what happened to Tony Kelly on the day. So Sunday will give us all a really good idea where we're at, both Waterford and Clare. And ultimately, if you want to win a Munster Championship, you have to win the first round, and that's what's on offer, as I said.
Yeah, definitely. And you mentioned Tony Kelly there, because he's been Clare's go-to guy now, I suppose, for many a year. Is there a particular kind of focus on a player like that, or are you just kind of focused on your own performance and getting the best out of your players?
Yeah, ultimately we really concentrate on ourselves, but you have to take into account the opposition as well, and take into account Tony Kelly, who's arguably one of the best hurlers in the country, definitely at this point in time, and arguably one of the best hurlers over the last couple of years in the country. So he's going to warrant a good bit of attention. But Clare have a lot of seasoned campaigners. Only maybe 3 years ago they were in All-Ireland semi-final against Galway, and probably should have been in an All-Ireland with a bit of luck. So they have the nucleus of all that team that's there. They have fellas from 2013 that have All-Ireland medals in their pockets. They have good strong spine of their team down the middle, and in fairness to the Clare management team, they've unearthed some good young players as well throughout the course of the league. So there's a really good balance to them, and I think they beating Kilkenny will give them a massive lift coming in, and they will see this as a real winnable game and a real opportunity for them to I suppose to pull everything together up there, not just on the field, but what has gone on off the field as well. It'll be a real opportunity for them to Clare as a county to come together, and knowing Brian Lohan and the mindset he had as a player, he'll bring that with the players as well, and we'll have to be 100% ready, and if we're not, we will be beaten. So it's very simple. There'll be no excuses from me come Sunday evening if we're turned over, because we're well warned as to what's coming. So it's Munster Championship, and you have to be ready, so we're really looking forward to it.
And in terms of your forward unit, Jesse Hutchinson and the Bennetts and these guys really performing well, coming into form, Liam, ahead of Sunday as well. Sure, you want to get them on the ball and ultimately, I suppose, get the scores that will hopefully get you over the line. Yeah,
that's it. It's we've seen throughout the league the array of scores that need to be racked up now to win a match. And I think with the ball being drier and faster and the ground even harder next Sunday, you will have to be well into the late 20s from a point perspective, and adding on 2 or 3 goals to that as well, to make sure that you're near the required numbers on the scoreboard to get a result. So for that to happen, we have to get our key men, our scorers, our goal getters on the ball, and whoever does that the best on the day, I think will win the game.
And I suppose from the other end of the field then, Liam, I suppose you leaked a few goals in the league, I suppose, against Galway and Cork particularly. Is that something you've focused on over the last 2 weeks, or is it just, do you kind of pay much attention to that thing? Yeah, well, you have to. There's so much movement now in the modern game that there's a lot of work goes on in the training field to counteract that, and to get guys, I suppose, to tune in as to how to watch for that movement and try and maybe not just cut it out, but try and prevent it from happening. And it's also very dependent on how your forward unit is playing, and that ball isn't coming in easy into your backs, into the opposing forwards where they're given ample time to get on the ball. So there's quite a bit to it. You wouldn't put all the blame at the feet of the 6 backs as to the leaking of goals. That the supply of that ball has to be looked at as well. And Clare have a serious target man there in Aaron Shanager inside full forward, and he's going to take a lot of watching for a big 6'3" or 4" guy, well able to hurl good in the air. And we'll have a very testing afternoon, to say the least, on Sunday.
Yeah, and the final point, Liam, appreciate your time this evening. I suppose it's great to be looking forward to summer hurling. I suppose different to the winter championship last year. Thurles, all is in good nick. The grass is cut and top of the ground hurling, so looking forward to it. And obviously, big prize for the winners, albeit they are out the following week with Tip waiting in the wings.
Yeah, that's it. They're the fixtures, and that's what we knew for quite some time now. So looking forward to getting into Thurles. There's no sure thing that'll be absolutely, like a carpet in there ready to go and very conducive to good hurling. So, either team can't have any excuses, Gavin, come Sunday evening, and hopefully we'll have progressed into the semi-final of the Munster Championship.